Hello Cancer, Lioness Intuition here doing your reading. This week's readings are about truth and healing. Okay, there is a deep collective purge occurring at the moment, and these messages obviously just need to come out. So getting into your energy, Cancer, I feel like you're connecting with another, right? You're heavenly connected to another person at this time. They are very much in your physical presence. Okay, and because of this, there is an experience. For some, there are multiple experiences where your version of events and their version of events do not line up. What you perceive to be true and what they perceive to be true doesn't line up, right? And whatever's not lining up, there's this energy of not acknowledging it, of ignoring it, of pushing it down. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. We just won't address that, okay? Now, I'm not surprised that these cards came out and that message come out, given that we have so much Cancer energy around at the present point in time. Okay, so getting into your cards, we have Sage, be devoted and committed. We have Break the Chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And the Goddess of Balance, equality, I create and foster reciprocal relationships. Now, I do feel like the Divine is asking you to be devoted to your healing, okay? Do not hold your truth back for anyone, okay? There is this energy of love for this person who your perception and their perception doesn't line up, right? There is a sense of love there. Now, for everyone, it is a different sort of love, so we're not going to label it with a specific label. Okay, there is love there, and I do feel this is the main driving force behind not pointing out the flaws that you perceive in their reality. Okay, but the Divine is asking you to be committed to your growth at this time. There is no amount of pushing your own truth to the side that is going to lead anywhere positive, okay? Now, with these other two cards coming out here, I do feel like this pattern that you've created with this person is an ancestral pattern. I do feel like for some, you have inherited this from your maternal line, right? Your father's line. For others, I do feel like it is from your maternal line, your mother's family, right? But majority, it does feel in the masculine, fatherly sort of reign, okay? Now, this is definitely an ancestral pattern which you inherited, and whether you're aware of it or not, you're continuing to live out these patterns of behaviors in order for you or someone along your line to break them for the rest of the lineage to carry on a new healthier pattern, right? Which is completely up to you. You can create that pattern for your family and your next generations and so on and so forth. Okay, that's completely up to you. But the emphasis here with breaking this pattern is creating equal relationships. Okay, this pushing down, this ignoring what doesn't line up for you, that's not a reciprocated relationship, right? That's not equal give and take. You can't have a relationship where you can only speak half your truth or not even any of your truth, but the other can speak their truth and have their reality validated, right? There is a need to create balance in your relationships, because whatever this main relationship is that I'm picking up on, it has festered outwards to other relationships. And I feel like sometimes during exchanges with people, when like you guys are vibing and whatever, there is something that you want to express, but you find yourself swallowing your truth, so you're not to hurt that person's feelings, so there doesn't create any conflict or friction between the two of you. Okay, it's time to release yourself from that mindset, from that pattern. Okay. I feel like I talked a lot. Let's go ahead and clarify this a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get into the tarot and close it out with some advice cards. Okay. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing, please. Messages of truth and healing. for Cancer. Messages of truth and healing for Cancer. Please clarify Sage. Thank you. Yep. We have throat chakra. Be committed to your truth. And then we have sacral chakra. Be committed to your healing. Okay. Keep in mind, the sacral chakra is the energetic center that is responsible for the way that you take on your parental figures' energies, right? What you learned from your mother and father, and this is where it comes into balance or not into balance. This is directly where your ancestral patterns would originate from, okay? Okay. Please clarify, break the chain for Cancer. Please, thank you. We have wisdom. Wisdom. Wow. You are a wise being, Cancer. This pattern that you have taken on in this lifetime, you have the wisdom, the capability to transmute and break free. You are the only one limiting yourself at this point by allowing yourself to live out this cycle, okay? Please clarify, break the chain. Please clarify, break the chain for Cancer. We have firm foundations coming out in reverse. There is a Tower moment coming. I feel that really strongly, and they're giving me heavy confirmations of yes. For some, you've already experienced this Tower moment, and it has lifted the veil, the rose-colored glasses, which have allowed yourself to see through up until this point in your life, right? And the awareness is there of your behaviors and how your decisions, your behaviors, your beliefs have created the situation for you, okay? Now, for others of you, there is a Tower moment coming in, and it's going to bring your awareness. It's a rude awakening to the circumstances, the environments that you're finding yourself in, and the relationships that you have cultivated through this lack of awareness. All right. Please clarify, Goddess of Balance. Please clarify, Goddess of Balance for Cancer. Please clarify, Goddess of Balance for Cancer. Yeah, they're telling me someone's father got trod all over. Yeah. There is a habit of men in your family being taken advantage of, right? The motherly figures that I'm picking up on are really quite strong-willed, okay? But it's almost interesting. They're very forceful in their energy. It's almost like the feminines have taken on the masculine energy, and the males have taken on the feminine energy, and they have put their own needs, truth and whatnot aside in order to please the motherly figures, and it's just created the cycle for you. Okay, I feel like that's clarification for those who are wondering if this message resonates for you. Okay, now we have suffering in silence, and we also have hope. Okay, there is light coming in. There is illumination coming into the situation. You will no longer have to suffer in silence and keep your truth and your emotions to yourself. Okay, again, I do feel like this is centered around this tower moment. Now, for those who have already experienced the tower moment, there is an opportunity coming in for you. I do feel like it's in the form of a new connection. Okay. Whoever this connection is with, they're bringing about healing energy with them. And just from you experiencing their energy and having an exchange, it's bringing in that healing energy that you desire. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some tarot. What did I say? The tower moment. The tower moment. All right. See what other messages want to come out for you if they want to further delve into this original message. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing for Cancer. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing for Cancer. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing for Cancer. Alrighty. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing for Cancer. Thank you. We have the Page of Swords. That is definitely a message. Definitely a message. All right, let me clarify this message. Please clarify the Page of Swords for Cancer. 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 I knew it didn't feel fucking positive. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, Gemini energy. Whatever this message is that you're receiving, Cancer, I feel like it goes straight over your head, right? Whatever is being communicated to you, whatever information you're receiving, again, the versions of events do not line up with reality. And whatever this Knight of Swords in reverse is communicating to you, it doesn't reflect the truth. Please clarify the Page of Swords for Cancer. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn energy, with the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy. Interesting, you could be dealing with an Aries, don't necessarily have to be. Yeah. This feminine energy, again, what I like, that message that I was picking up on about mothers and fathers, right? This Queen of Pentacles, this feminine energy, they take on a very masculine role, okay? They take on a very masculine role. They perceive themselves to be right. Whether that's a true reflection or not, they perceive themselves to be right. You know, that whole saying, women are always right even when they're wrong. that's how it feels, right? And this person gets very, very defensive, overly defensive when things, when her truth isn't validated. Very defensive. Like flips the switch, defensive. Wow. Please bring forth messages of truth and healing. We have the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy. Feeling burdened by this. Feeling burdened by this. We have the Eight of Wands, more Sag energy. Let me just clarify this Eight of Wands, because I feel movement, but I also feel more communication. Please clarify the Eight of Wands for Cancer. Please clarify the Eight of Wands for Cancer, please. Please clarify the Eight of Wands for Cancer. Please clarify it. Thank you. Ooh. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse, Aquarius energy. For some, this is the realization that you have been deceiving yourself when it comes to your connections, and through that realization, you're moving forward. You're moving away from the self-deceptive energy, right? The Three of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn energy. You're no longer investing in connections that don't invest into you, right? They're not reciprocated. Yep. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. Now, for others of you, I feel like there is... Sorry, just let me clarify. Tell me more about this communication. Sun. Tell me more about this communication, please, for Cancer. No. Okay. We'll take him. Yeah. Okay. For others of you, this communication that I'm feeling, right? I feel like you're getting wind. I feel like there's a conversation takes place, but there's no court cards that reflects that. Okay, I feel like you're going to have a conversation with someone that is separate to this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And through that conversation, there's a realization of how you've allowed yourself to be deceived, how you've allowed yourself to be played by this person, right? And how you feel that you take on a lot of the responsibilities, right, of this connection. There is not a mutual... words are eluding me today. There's not a mutual divvying up of responsibilities. It's all on you, right? It's all on you, and realizing how unhappy you are with that. The Sun in reverse, Leo energy. Okay. We have the Four of Wands in reverse, Aries energy, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Four of Cups, Cancerian energy. Okay, really realizing how unhappy you are, realizing that the foundation you have built with this Queen of Pentacles isn't a true reflection of the reality, right? Realizing the foundation was not built on solid ground, realizing how childish this Queen of Pentacles truly is, right? And how it's coming through like misspeaks. But it's intentional. It's intentional, not speaking the truth. This was not meant well. And being super disappointed with the Four of Cups being here. Being super disappointed within this environment, within this connection. This communication, right, not speaking the full entire truth, is strategic, right? And when their point of view, their truth isn't validated, fully just flips the switch and goes to the super defensive mode, right? Which is very low vibrational. It does feel like a form of manipulation, I'm not going to lie. It does feel that way. Please bring forth message. Thank you. We have the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, feeling trapped by this. Feeling trapped, doubting oneself. And then there's a disconnect. And there's no growth. Wow. Whoever this person is to you, Cancer, this pattern of behavior, again, whether you're aware of it or not, has created not only a wedge between you and this person that you're connecting to, but connections you have with other people. Okay? They feel more established than this connection here. But through this pattern of behavior, you've allowed this person to create wedges with other relationships in your life. And this Eight of Swords energy feels very isolated. Very isolated. So just to reiterate, Cancer, the divine is asking you to be committed to your truth and your healing, right? Expressing your truth to self and to others, right? Releasing yourself of the limitations of this ancestral pattern that you have taken on. Okay? There is a Tower moment coming, which brings your awareness to this pattern of behavior. For others of you, you've already experienced this Tower moment, okay? And I do feel that there is a person coming into your energy, right? And their energy is naturally healing. And through being in their presence, through having a conversation with them, they bring about healing for you, and you no longer have to suffer in silence. Okay? Okay. What advice do you have for Cancer in relation to the spread, please? What advice do you have for Cancer in relation to the spread, please? Advice for Cancer. No, that's too many. Too many. What advice do you have for Cancer in relation to the spread, please? Thank you. We have Imagine. Ooh. Cancer, they're asking you what you would like to manifest for yourself in the near future. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Yeah. Asking you what you would like to manifest for your near future. Okay, and how does that relate to the situation which you're currently in? Do they match up? Is it a true reflection of your highest good? Okay. They're also asking you to use your imagination to break free of these ancestral patterns to create balance in your relationships. Interesting. They're also asking you to envision what it would be like to have relationships that are balanced, that are reciprocal, right? What advice do you have for Cancer in relation to these spreads, please? What advice for Cancer do you have in relation to these spreads? Thank you. Building blocks. Excuse me. Building blocks. There is a need to make adjustments to your foundation, to your own inner foundation. Okay, there are pieces of your foundation that don't resonate with you, but you've continued to build upon them with the lack of awareness. Okay, they're asking you to address that and to replace those things with new bricks, right? Things that resonate with you, things that reflect the true nature of who you are at a soul level. Okay. Yeah, and they're asking you to remain present throughout this entire situation. Don't allow yourself to go to the past or to the future. Stay here, stay present. Okay. So Cancer, I really don't know what to say at the end of these readings, so just bear with me. Until next time, Cancer, we'll see you later.